guys, how are you doing? Today let's talk about when life gets in the way of your no-buy plans. So maybe you're doing a no-buy week with me, maybe you're doing a no-buy month, maybe you set aside 6 weeks you want to do a no-buy or a low buy. It doesn't have to be a no-buy, it could be an actual just a low buy where you buy less things and don't spend so much money. But if you're trying to work on this with me, let me just give you a few instances of things that have come up this month with us where we ended up having to spend quite a lot of money that some of it we had planned, some of it we had not planned. So I think the first thing that happened this month, and it may have actually happened toward the end of January, so it would have still been on this coming up credit card that's going to be coming up pretty soon. We charge everything just to go back in time. We charge everything on a credit card and then pay it off. So we do try to keep that as low as possible, just so it's not a strain. But the first thing that came up, and I think it was toward the end of January, was our washing machine. It sounded like it was about to take off into orbit, and so Spencer looked at it. We had just replaced our dryer. Imagine when you're trying to save money and not spend so much. And I talked about why I started on this journey was because I'm working so much less. I had some arthritis issues, and I decided to cut way back on my working because I have a very physical job. So I'm only working most weeks 1 day, sometimes 2 days a week. So obviously it's cut my pay down quite a bit. And so first thing that happened, I believe that was in December, maybe November to end of December, was we need a new dryer. We probably could have fixed it. It was 14 years old. We decided to just go ahead and take the plunge and buy another one. And I'm not actually loving the other one. I almost wish I'd fixed that one and replaced the washer. The washer, so basically our motor was going out, and that sounds like it'd be very expensive to fix. Obviously it would be if you had to get someone in. I have a cat in my lap. In case you wonder what I'm doing, and there's lots of loud purring. Here's Jasper. He's very cute. But anyway, our washer sounds like it's taking off. It makes a lot of knocking noise. Spencer fixed the motor. He actually fixed it. He replaced the motor. First they sent him, we thought it was about to get fixed. They sent him a new motor. It was broken. So he contacted the company and said, when I got it, it wasn't actually packaged well at all, by the way. I think he ordered it through Amazon, but it came from a private company. It didn't come through Amazon, but the packaging was horrible. He showed me, and it wasn't packaged well at all. So it broke on the way over here. So he had to turn around and order another one. Of course, we only got charged for one, which is good. So that was only $177 to fix the motor, or we could have just gone out and bought a new washer. But anyway, he fixed it. It still sounds like it's taking off, and it still makes a lot of knocking noise. So I don't know what's up with that. It's like it's off balance all the time. So especially certain things that you put into the washer, like big, larger throws or blankets or things of that nature. And we have cats, and cats make a mess. We also have one dog, but the cats specifically make quite a mess. And so we do a lot of washing. I do a lot of washing. I have lots of throws and lots of larger things I have to throw in there. So anyway, he fixed it. It still sounds like it's taking off. It's still annoying. It still makes a knocking noise because it's always out of balance, apparently. It's mostly when it's spinning. It's, boom, boom, boom. It scares the cats, and I think, we're being invaded. So even though it's been going on for months, it's not anything new, but it's just like, wow, what is going on? Because you just don't even think about it until it starts happening. So instead of getting rid of it, which is kind of what I wish we had done at this point, we opted to fix it. But mostly because I was on the low buy year, no buy year, I thought, well, let's just try to fix it. It's $177. Let's just try to fix it. Okay, so I think it is, quote, fixed. I don't think that this is going to tear up so much, but it is extremely noisy. Thankfully, it's off in a closet, so it's not a big deal. As long as it doesn't, tear up, I guess we're fine. So we had that big expense. So that was around $177 or so. My truck needs some repairs. I've kind of been putting that off. And maybe this was a bad idea. It actually ended up needing a part. I thought I just need alignment, where I'm also having a transmission problem, which they can't find the problem. Of course, it didn't do it for them, so I'm still going to be having a transmission problem, but they did find a part that needed to be replaced that had to do with the alignment. So it wasn't just a simple alignment, which I think they only charged $80 to align. So I knew it needed alignment, but I didn't know it needed a part. So the transmission did not get fixed, and I had to have a part. So it ended up being, instead of like $79 for alignment, it ended up being like $350. So 350 would have been fine had the alignment gotten fixed, but I mean the transmission been worked on as well, but the transmission they've done nothing to because they can't, it didn't do it for them. So basically, it's not getting into gear when I start it. It goes fine. I'll just go into park and put it back into gear, and it works. So eventually, I'm sure they'll figure it out. After it has to happen more and more and more often. So it's one of those things. Okay, and then the next thing that happened, and this we knew this was happening. This has been going on for months. I've had all these different oral surgeries, dental visits. This is something for almost a year I've been dealing with. So this was an expense I knew about. But again, it was a huge expense. It was over $1,000 I had to pay the dentist this week. So, and by the way, I had oral surgery right here, and you can barely even tell. You can tell barely right there. Just a little bit swollen, but actually looks pretty good. I'm very happy with my oral surgeon. I suggest if you ever have to have oral surgery, mine's highly recommended around here, and I suggest you find the best in your area. Somebody who does it all the time, does oral surgery all day long. Don't go through your regular dentist to have oral surgery. Go to an actual oral surgeon who does surgery every single day. That's what you need to do. Same thing with any type of surgery. Always look for the best. Don't just pick anybody out of the yellow pages or anything, or yellow pages online or whatever. Pick the best. Okay, your recovery will go much better. I'm barely using pain. I haven't used any pain medicine. I'm using over-the-counter anti-inflammatories actually. Okay, so that's been going really well. So anyway, what do you do when life throws you curveballs? Well, thankfully, Spencer and I have been, we haven't always been as frugal as we should be, but we've been pretty frugal. So we do have money in savings, and so we can cover all these expenses. I saw somebody posting about what's your advice when you're buying a house, and everybody was talking about all the hidden expenses that come with that, and you have to fix everything, and the roof could tear up, and the X and the Y and the Z, and that's true. You really, if you're going to buy a house, you need to have some savings set aside, not just to like for the down payment or whatever you need for the house, but you need savings because one thing that happened to us, we bought this house many years ago. I think it was like 26 years ago, but the guy that did the what do you do? Back then, I don't know what the cost is now, but we spent like $350, I think, for this guy to come around and inspect. He didn't catch a lot of it. We were probably only in the house 2, 3, 4 months, and we started finding stuff that he had totally missed. So don't expect that the inspector's going to catch everything, because I would say that's probably not going to happen. So he did catch some obvious stuff. I think he ignored some obvious stuff. So maybe look for the absolute best. Maybe ask for recommendations before you buy a house. Maybe get a recommendation on the best inspector in your area, because I don't think we had the best. But anyway, just all of this to say that it is kind of hard sometimes to stay on track with the no buy or the low buy. Things are going to come up. That's just obvious. Things do come up. You have health issues that come up. I've got another Facebook friend that these health issues, literally, she's sort of a health person. She's exercises and works out, and out of the blue, all these health things have come up for her. These health challenges, just boom. And I think because of her background with working out and training and things of that nature, I don't think she expected to have something like this happen. It's really kind of thrown her for a loop. And I mean, it would throw anyone for a loop to have constant pain just all of a sudden out of nowhere. So all that to say that you can accrue some expenses between, even if your health insurance covers a lot, I like to do the natural route, go to the chiropractor. Our insurance quote covers the chiropractor, but I have to pay it all out of my pocket, which in my mind, that's not covering it. In my mind, that's not a coverage. So anyway, like my chiropractor is totally out of pocket unless we get, if you go a lot, you eventually get to where they'll pay most of your visit, but you've put in hundreds and hundreds of dollars before you get, in fact, I think it's $1,000 before you ever get to that point. So that's out of pocket. $1,000 is a lot out of pocket if you think about for a natural solution. And so I've been trying to mention natural solutions to her because I think so those drugs they try to put you on are really, really strong with bad side effects. So if you can go a natural route, even if it's going to cost you more, even if you're doing a no buy or low buy like what I'm trying to do, I still go the natural route. I'm going to pay the chiropractor first before I go to the orthopedic doctor. That's just the way I am. I'm going to try to solve it that way. My husband actually had a really bad pain, I don't know if it was shoulder blades or somewhere behind his shoulder in his upper back area. He was having terrible pain, and he could hardly just even sit. It hurt so bad, and just I think he was sitting and moving around both. He tried the chiropractor, it didn't really help, and then he ended up, he's got a massage therapist in his building. He went to her, there's two of them in there. They do two different things. They do some kind of PT type stuff, it's not just massage. They do actual therapy, and he went to like 3 visits, and he did have to pay cash. It was out of his pocket, but he got fixed, and it was no drugs. No drugs, I mean, he probably took some Aleve, but other than that, over the counter, but, no actual drugs like the really strong, no steroids, no steroid shots, none of that kind of stuff that can kind of throw you for a loop and mess up your sleep cycle. All right, so anyway, this is just, again, just to give you an example of things that can come up as you're trying to save money or do a low buy or a no buy year. I will say we're getting toward the end of February, so this is February 21st, February 21st, 2020. I started the no buy officially in January. I actually cut my expenses way down in December because toward the end of November, I pretty much quit working because I was having so much knee pain. It's my cat yelling in the back. For some reason, she loves to hear me talking, so she just freaks out. She cried through my other whole video. It was crazy. I just went ahead and posted it. I was like, whatever. People can't deal with that. I don't know, but it was annoying. But anyway, she's just doing her thing. So I'm going to wrap this up. But all I have to say, other than these extra things that have come up, all I've really been buying this month, I'm actually really proud of myself. I haven't been tempted to buy stuff outside of the realm. I do buy supplements. I am able to try out new supplements. I read about supplements and supplementation and watch videos, and so if I want to try out something new, I will. Generally, those costs aren't super expensive, but I've stayed within my budget. I mean, I don't really have a budget. Okay, I've stayed within my spending limits very well. I've been doing my Walmart pickup. I've got another pickup scheduled for today. So I've been doing my Walmart pickups, which that slashes my Walmart cost big time. If I don't go in there, my cost is about half. So I know my pickup for today is about $55, which is nothing. I do have to run into Aldi, and that one will be higher because I'm going to pick up some organic chicken, which is not cheap, but that's okay. We're doing the organic grass-fed thing, so it's going to be some really good, healthy chicken. But other than that, and just buying, I am buying organic and Whole Foods and stuff like that. That is, that's kind of pricey, but actually it's cheaper than buying junk food. Just be really honest. It's cheaper than eating out, and it's cheaper than buying junk food, and it's way healthier than doing any of that. So, I can't think of anything that I've bought. Everything's been gas. I did have a vet bill this month. I've got another vet bill coming up next month. My dog's going to have a procedure done. So that'll be for next month. But these are all just normal things that we do with the pets anyway. The one pet visit for this month was a sick visit. My kitten did have something crop up. Other than that, everything's been right on target except for just these. Like I said, the car thing did kind of come out of. That didn't even really come out of nowhere. But that part that was needed, I was surprised about that. But anyway, that's the way that goes. Hope you guys have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. If you want to follow me on Facebook, I am Diana, Diana, Heart, H-A-R-T. Come follow me on Facebook. We do declutter challenges on there. And I don't talk about the no box so much on there. I just post these videos. All right. Thanks a lot. Have a great weekend. Love you guys. Bye.